Well, yeah, brother, I happen to agree with you, but the difference is Chris Curtis won the fight and Wonder Boy didn't. And that fight with Max Griffin was interesting. I think Griffin was a little bit too respectful of Curtis's power, but only a guy knows how it feels when he gets hit. So, he moved a lot, and I think that cost him in the end for sure. With Wonder Boy, I got a harder time with it. With Wonder Boy, I thought he defended the takedown in a really, really excellent manner. Fought his way out of there, and I didn't think the other guy did anything but hold. And there's rules in MMA. I know they change all the time, but one rule I read that was that a takedown really didn't count unless you can keep a guy there and do damage. Now, I don't necessarily agree with that anyway, because I think a takedown is a technique, and it's a very powerful technique, right? You're taking a man from the feet and removing that from him, putting him on the ground where you can do more damage. I don't care whether you keep him there or not. I think that's a technique. But as far as I remember, it doesn't count unless you can keep him there. And Curtis did not keep Wonder Boy on the ground, or excuse me, whatever his name is, Bonfim did not keep Wonder Boy on the ground very long at all. So in the end of the day, I know it was a very, very close fight. I would have given the nod to Wonder Boy. A guy who fought where he wanted to fight, and when he didn't, Bonfim was simply just holding and kind of stalling it out. And Wonder Boy turned him on the cage plenty of times to go along with the cool strikes that Wonder Boy landed. I mean, even Bonfim did a spin hook kick, which I thought was kind of cool. I like that. They both smiled at each other. But this is what happens when you're an old fighter. You don't really get the benefit of the doubt anymore, right? Like, it's the young guy that gets the benefit of the doubt, and that's what I think Bonfim got. He's been a terror in the UFC, and he's going to continue to be a terror, right? Obviously. As far as Curtis goes, I wouldn't put him in Wonder Boy's category yet. He's not been around that long, and he's not gotten his title shot. Like, Wonder Boy got his two, right? He got Tyron Woodley to a draw, and then he lost the rematch against Tyron Woodley. And when that happens, you get put in this really weird no man's land, and I feel for him, because all the Jits guys just kind of try to get him down. I mean, at least when he lost the fight to Gilbert Burns, Burns got him down a few times, right? And kept him there, and you could see the logic in the scoring. Against Bonfim, I really didn't feel that way, but listen, I'm not a judge. I'm just a fan and a pundit, if you will, on the fight game. So it is what it is, man. I mean, I thought that whole card was about old guard versus young lion in one way or the other. I know Calvin Kattar lost. I didn't get to see that fight. Derek Lewis won, but it's kind of a questionable win, but I don't care. I'm glad they gave it to him. I mean, that was a hell of a game plan if that fake was real, like they say. What else happened? Tafa, lost going down, which is kind of a new game for him, light heavyweight. So it was an interesting card, good card, and it is what it is with the judges. Don't leave it in their hands, right? It's the old adage. Read my book, Warrior of the